Howdy gamers! After a year-long break, I've come back with a new Spore video. So the sit rep is that I did a shaman playthrough, all green choices, which means it was my year of kindness, and I've come up with some new changes for a potential Spore 2, but all the changes are only for Space Stage, because that's where my mind was at this time around. And so I've done a Spore Sequel Editions change, and that included reintroducing a cut stage, changing the biomes, overhauling some stages, and specifically a whole load of space stage changes. So this time around, I'm going to be making only space stage changes for this video. The first change is colony automation. So this is a major pet peeve of mine. Whenever you're creating your first colony on a new planet, you have to go through the process of selecting the building for the houses, entertainment, and factories. You have to repeat this process on every planet, and this simple change would probably just to make it so the Empire's buildings are pre-selected based on your homeworld's use. So whatever your homeworld has, it's going to be on all of your colonies as well, and you can manually change it after that. And then do this for the vehicles too. Another repetitive action that I encounter is placing the buildings in each and every colony city. The easy solution for this is to provide an autofill feature that prioritizes either happiness, spice production, or a balanced option. The player should also be allowed to create their own city formation presets for their own meta convenience. This change would make Space Stage less repetitive, which is really the overall thesis for this video. Expanded conflict resolution. This second change is related to the options given when dealing with empires. They have gotten boring, and I want to expand player choice. Here are some added interactions and why they should be added. So A, let the player create peace treaties that stop two empires from fighting. Peace treaties could fail, they could impact your reputation, and give a player an option to stop fights peacefully to fulfill a potential roleplay moment. B, let the player intimidate weaker empires from engaging in certain actions, like colonizing certain star systems, going to war, and trading for certain spices. This would be another roleplay moment for an aggressive playthrough and be an important tool for gaining multiple advantages for one's empire. I'm certain a whole dev team could come up with new interactions one can have with other empires, but I'm not a whole dev team, so this is only two ideas that I had. So the third change is a handful of quality of life features. The player should be able to see from a glance what a colony's preferred spice is. I dislike flying to every planet to check if they're interested in my stack of 99 yellow spice, which only like one planet out of the 20 actually wants. It's a frustrating deal, and we should get rid of that. The other quality of life feature is related to survey missions. I survey all the plants and animals except one herbivore that has decided to not spawn on the planet's surface until I've examined the planet 3 times over, and that takes like 10 minutes. I assume a Spore Sequel would be capable of spawning more creatures at once on a planet, eliminating this problem. So these are my other pet peeves that I hope that would be removed by the time EA decides to revive Spore from the grave. Change number 4 is to add new mission types in Space Stage. I believe there are too many fetch quests, and the easiest solution is to merge galactic adventures into the main game. A new mission type that could be interesting is space battles, where you pick a side between two warring empires found littered in the open world. You fight other ships in an asteroid field. The rewards would be money, spice, or reputation, and the battles could also be against pirates or other mysterious forces. Once again, a developer studio can brainstorm more mission ideas. More iconic aliens. New aliens would be great to interact with, and the factions were fun to conjure up in my last Spore Ideas video. A boring yet realistic option that a developer would do would probably be just to create a new alien species that would represent good, to contrast with Grox, who are the iconic bad guys. So the bolder and riskier option would be to set Spore 2 in a post-Grox era where there are just remnants of the once menacing Grox Empire. Regardless of what is decided, the new species should have unique parts that cannot be obtained by the player so they can stand out like how the Grox did. These good guys could be scattered throughout the universe, help progress any possible narrative the sequel would have. Anyways, I just want to end the Grox agenda. Number 6 is adding new spices and treasures. This change is to spice up the world with more variety. I would add new spices like prismatic spice, which would be universally desired and is reward from iconic species or main quest missions. Also, black spice that is only desired by the Grox. So these are the two ideas that I have for spice. Now onto the treasures. I think they're great for referencing pop culture. So my quick ideas would be 10 poneglyphs where 4 of them are red, which is a One Piece reference. And then the other treasure would be 10 hero icons, which would have sporified versions of popular superhero iconography. Welcome to the secret 7th change, and that's dealing with the part packs. So in Spore 1, they had the creepy and cute and the bot part packs, and I think those should be smashed straight into the main game and not made DLC. And these parts can be gained through alternate versions of bone piles. They'd be rare to find. Think scrap piles, fluffy piles, gory piles, the works. And then this edition doesn't prevent the despicable EA from adding new purchasable packs. I have some ideas right here, like maybe a vegetation parts pack so you can finally look like some plants. And number 2 would probably be unique part packs. So like liquid/gaseous form parts that would really alienify your creature. Moving on to the conclusion, here's the summary of my ideas. A Spore sequel should add colony automation, more Empire interactivity, quality of life, more mission types, extra collectibles, and new part packs. If y'all enjoyed the video, hit that like and subscribe so you can wait another year for the next upload. Goodbye.